First I go in, play nice. Then you come in, play bad.
I ain't gonna be playing.
Herc and Carver are two characters from probably the best television show ever made, The Wire. What they're doing in this scene is explaining the good cop, bad cop dynamic.
We didn't even do nothing. Well, you think you tough.
But what's really important about this particular dynamic is that not only if it's not present, you lose your power to negotiate, but it's happening on both sides at the same time.
I hate your black skin. I hate your black pants. I hate black pepper.
A power that we as black men need to be aware of when we're dealing with women in the dating marketplace, home or wherever we go.
You racking up all kinds of points, ain't you? First you put a cop in the hospital, damn near kill his ass with that punch. Now you on the wing from Boys Village.
Man, I'm 16, all right? What the f*** they gonna do to me?
That's the least of your worries, my friend.
How do you get to year 20 and want to call it quits? And that was initiated by you. It's interesting because in today's day and age, 80 to 85% of divorces are initiated by women. It's interesting that you wanted to do that 31 years ago. So what did you face 31 years ago where you said, I'm done?
The way I see things in relationships, there should be a good and bad cop on the woman's side and a good and bad cop on the guy's side.
I hate black keys on the piano. I hate my gums because they black.
It is the only way to check each other into having a relationship that is going to make both people happy. What we're going to see here is a relationship where there are only 3 cops available, a good and bad cop on the woman's side and 1 cop on the man's side.
I got a partner outside who can't wait to get in here and f you up. Cop you banged was Herc's uncle. Herc wants off the leash on this one.
And, I suppose you at the other end of that leash, huh?
She faced my complacency. Like, this is cool. I don't need to work anymore at loving her. I don't want to work. I don't need to work anymore at making her feel important. I don't need to work anymore at making her feel respected. She has desires and visions and dreams, but I don't have to be concerned about that because she's there every day. And so it reached the perfect storm. And when she finally just said, I've had enough.
The interesting thing in hearing this story is that the assumption is that he was 100% wrong and she was perfect. In essence, she had both cops available and he only had 1 card to play. And if you play a relationship game in that fashion, you just can't win because you don't have any other card to play. So his card to play is, I should have done more. I should have tried harder. I didn't listen to her feelings. When I'm certain during all of this time, he was going to work, he had things that he wanted from the relationship, and maybe those things were simply not getting fulfilled. But if you don't have a bad cop to accompany the good cop, then it's going to be your fault regardless. And if you want to see an illustration of what a quote unquote bad cop looks like, let's look on the other side of the world, because the men there seem to have figured it out.
Men are beginning to awaken, and in the future, more and more older unmarried women will face a situation where they are ignored and no one is willing to marry them. In the past, dowries of 200,000 yuan, 300,000 yuan, or even 500,000 yuan, 600,000 yuan were common, yet these women were still dissatisfied with men, complaining that men lacked ability and that their parents did not have a pension. Additionally, the demands for men to hand over their salary cards and to take care of the woman's parents while ignoring the man's parents have become a thing of the past. Nowadays, many men in China have seen through all of this and are no longer willing to compromise themselves to please these older women.
See, I don't want to play it that way.
See, you have to understand that we changed. And so she had studied in Europe, studied in Paris, France.
What you can see from the behavior of Chinese men reacting to the modern dating market is that they're driving a hard bargain. They don't have any problem putting out their bad cop and saying, well, if these are the rules by which we're going to play, then we'll play with the bad cop if the bad cop is the one that you want. and the bad cop has clearly showed up.
都2024年了，姐妹们，找对象必须要认清一个现实了。
It's 2024 now, and ladies, you need to face a reality. Chinese men are becoming increasingly smart. Have you noticed that men are not only becoming less proactive, but also less willing to spend money on women? They are clearly aware that spending money on women has no real significance. It's more important to have money for themselves. The era of licking dogs and submissive men is over.
I'm thinking we should work something out.
What do I get?
What you want?
In my relationship experience, as I've grown into my 40s, I've come to understand that women have zero qualms about not only retaining, but playing the good cop and the bad cop cards. When they feel unfulfilled or unhappy, or they want another guy, or whatever the reason is, they will play that bad cop card, leave saying that they were victimized, and move on as if they never knew you. But if you're doing the things that make them happy in a relationship, they'll play the good cop card, and you'll have a nice, fulfilling relationship and probably a lot of fun in the bedroom. But the other side of that is that as guys, we have been taught so much to focus on our good cop card. And so when you see a video like the gentleman talking about how he slept on his wife and that he was not doing the things to fulfill her, it's all focused on, I should have been a better good cop, and not any focus on, well, if I don't want to play this game, I'll play this other card. Because you're going to see these Chinese guys, they're playing that other card, and they have zero qualms about it.
我42岁，我单身。
I will never look for a woman in this lifetime. I'm 42 years old, have been single and working for 10 years, and have saved up 600,000 yuan. Now, I live off the interest. I won't work my life away for a woman. You might say I'm extreme, but let me tell you, the belief I have held onto for the past 10 years is to never get married. As long as I don't get married, I can achieve financial freedom. As long as I don't get married, I won't be dragged down. As long as I don't get married, I can avoid all the high expenses. Houses, cars, gold jewelry, gold necklaces, bride prices, social interactions, gifts for women. All of these are high costs, and none of these expenditures are for us men.
And so she's now, okay, I've been exposed to some things, and I got some things I want to make happen. Oh, girl, don't worry about that. And kept on moving. And pretty soon it got to a place like, you're not hearing me, you're not paying any attention to me, and I'm unfulfilled, I'm unappreciated, I'm disrespected. So let me get out of this. And so that's what happens. It happens at different times in marriage.
Yeah.
I want for you to suck my.
You supposed to be the good cop.
When I look at this gentleman speaking, what I see is a man who has given up on a part of himself, and he kind of has resigned himself to just a level of being unhappy, and that his primary focus in life should be trying to find a way to please his partner, his wife, if you will. But she left, so I don't know how much of a wife we could call her. He doesn't really seem to have sharpened the tool of being the bad cop. Listen, just like all of these women are saying on social media that they're happier than ever and that marriage is what makes men happy and it makes women miserable, sharpen the bad cop card and say, like these gentlemen are saying in China, hey, if you want to have this new set of conditions for us having a reunion, then I can just not play the game and I could be happy doing it. And I think that card, that bad cop card, is what actually will help relationships work better. If a man can enter that relationship and say, hey, listen, this is how much I'll tolerate, but if I can't get what I want or what I need out of this relationship and you want to bounce, go ahead, take off. I think that card is what's going to help a lot of black men in particular when they go into relationships overseas to say, if she's not giving me A, B, or C, which I deem necessary in this relationship, I can walk away and I can smile while I'm doing it. Just like Bodie played that bad cop card right against the two cops in Herc and Carver. If guys in relationships can do that, I think can give many men an upper hand into dealing with relationships on their terms, no matter where you go on the planet. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. I'll catch you next video. Take care, guys.